Hello again. I wanted to do a little walkthrough of the Smashbook that I've been doing. I did a video of this earlier. You may remember of just a quick flip through of the book. This is a book my sister has given me, and I've been filling it out. I've been doing one page a week, and I figured since we're almost 2 months into the year, it's probably about time to start showing off what I've done in it. So yeah, it's just kind of a Smashbook. I'm not doing anything for daily journaling at this point. Probably going to get into that soon, but I just wanted to start with this and see if I could keep up a weekly journal. So that's what I've been doing. So every day, there's enough pages in this book that I can do one page for every week. So I've been going kind of Sunday to Saturday and filling it in as the weeks go by. So the cover, I did do a little embellishing. This card is in there. So I used some, I think they're Jenny Bolin rub-ons to just put 2016 journal. And I put a little note on the back just to say where the book came from and what I'm trying to do. This is, the collection has a set of like die cut borders, so that's what I cut that out from. So yeah, let's have a look. Sorry the book doesn't quite fit in the frame, but this is as good as I can do. So that's just a sheet of vellum. So yes, 2016 begins. I have a few things here. My father makes me a mincemeat pie every year for New Year's Day breakfast. So I took a picture of the pie. It's S&E for Steve and Aaron. And just put this is just a little scrap from the paper collection that I used to make a tag. A little fortune up there. We'd gotten Chinese food during the week, so I put my little fortune in there. You can see there's a washi behind the Thickers. That's a Thickers Alpha, and that's a Smashbook washi tape. Put a little border just to kind of separate the page a little bit. Again, another one of the scraps. Our big thing that week was we had adopted a third cat. Steve decided I needed another cat for Christmas. So we had adopted this lovely cat named Stella, so I took some pictures of her and her settling in with Steve on the couch. This is a die cut. I don't know what it's from. My sister just gave it to me, and it was a nice color to go with the page, so I put that on there. So yeah, that was week one. Oh, I also used some date stamps with January 1st to 9th, because that was the first period I did in here. And then this page for the next week. So I called it Back to the Norm because it was finally, the holidays are done. Things were kind of going back to normal. So just, again, got my dates. Just trying to use different elements, use some stuff up for my collection. This is just a little journaling card from a Smashbook set. I'd taken a picture of some stuff I'd bought at Michael's. I had finished my December daily that week, which of course I have a video for if you ever want to watch it. So I just took a little picture of the inside cover just to say I'd finished it. We had an unfortunate thing that week. Stella, the cat that we had adopted, was just not getting along with my other two cats. So unfortunately we had to give her up. But I said we were lucky because I actually had a friend who was looking for a cat. So Stella has gone to a wonderful home where she is the queen of the roost. She's the only cat there, and my friend just adores her. So we know she's in a good home. So it turned out all right. So I wanted to emphasize that, you know, we were lucky to have a place to take her rather than just having to give her back to the SPCA and wonder what happened to her. So I actually get to visit her sometimes, so it's pretty good. And then my cat started kind of recovering from the stress. She was going at them all the time. They were pretty stressed out. Our next week, the big thing that week was, sorry about the glare there, there's not much I can do about the lighting. We went to a place here called the Clay Cafe. It's a place where they have like these, you can see kind of there, these ceramic things that you select what you want to do. They have plates and bowls and piggy banks and mugs and anything you might want. And me and a bunch of friends went to check the place out. So I got some pictures of us painting our things, and my friend here had done a hamburger, so she was pretending to eat it, and that's me painting a dragon piggy bank. And I'd also gotten some Happy Mail from my sister, so I took a picture of everything she'd sent me. I'd gone to a place called the Newfoundland Chocolate Company and bought some bought some chocolates. So again, I just stuck their little label in there. This is a Casey and Company Alpha that I had, that it's a nice sparkly brown, so it goes well with this set with the earth tones. And this journaling card is actually from a set I bought at Michael's. So it's all stuff I showed you in the kit video I did. This page, a lot of random things, because again, I'm trying to document a whole week, so it does get a little random sometimes. But I use those rub-ons again here with a little thin washi tape for title. I was in a bowling tournament that weekend. It was an all-weekend tournament, so it was kind of a big deal. But yeah, so I just took a little picture of the bowling lane and kept track of all my scores. It's candlepin bowling, if you're wondering why the scores are low. I know in the States you guys don't have candlepin, but these are actually pretty good scores for candlepin. I'm not a pro, but I like to think I'm pretty good. I've been doing it for a while. So yeah, then just some random things on this page. I had taken a selfie because Jackie was telling me I don't take enough of them. Still not really in the habit of that. So that's just the selfie I took to send her, and Steve had made me supper, so I took a picture of that. I had a grab bag from Freckled Fawn arrive, so I just took a picture of everything. And I hit my 5-year anniversary at work. They had given me a little plaque, so I took a picture of that. Again, trying to take more selfies. This is me and one of my friends from work. We had a pajama like spirit day at work, and she was wearing a unicorn onesie, and it was hilarious. So we took a selfie of that in the mall when we were on for lunch. And that was my thing from the Clay Cafe from last weekend when it was all finished and fired. So I thought it was pretty adorable. So then in the book, it wasn't the next thing wasn't a page. It's actually a little insert. There's these every few pages. So for the following week, January 31st to February 6th, I filled one of these out. And so yeah, I just put a little note, kind of an overview of the week. This is, again, just scraps from the collection, and I used a border punch to just give it a little texture at the end there. This is a die cut from the collection. Little washi tape under there and some sparkly sticko letters. The big thing, I think this was the first part. I'd had to take the cats to the vet. Poor Fenway had to have a tooth pulled, and Tweak had to get blood work, so stressful day. So I took a picture of them when they got home and recovered. And just a cute picture from that week of Steve was on the bed cuddling and playing with one of the cats, and I just think it's adorable, so I took a picture of it. This is a sticker from a Mambi collection, just some chalk stickers, so they kind of go with everything. And this is, again, one of the cutouts from the border collection, the border die cuts in this. The big thing that week was on the weekend, I went to a show with Halifax Circus. My best friend actually takes classes with them, and she knew about this show. They were doing a tribute to David Bowie, so we were like, Circus and David Bowie, this is going to be a good time. So before the show, we'd stopped at a little independent chocolatier here. Chocolate by Design, got some chocolates, and I got this lovely white hot chocolate, and I'd asked for mint with it, so they put a mint tea bag, and it was really actually good. So I took a picture of it because that was weird. I'd never gotten a tea bag instead of a flavor shot, but it was really good. And then just some pictures. This is the stage as we were waiting. This is a little washi from My Mind's Eye and a little Smashbook thing. So most of the pictures of the circus, actually all of them, other than the one of the stage, I did not take. I can't take any responsibility or credit for these photos. I took these from their Facebook page. They didn't want you taking pictures while the show was going on, but they had some great pictures on their Facebook page. So I took some of their pictures from there to use in my book. So this was the first performer on the ropes there. And again, I couldn't get pictures of every single act, but I took the ones I really liked. These two had, they were these fans, like the fold-out fans, but with big flaps of fabric on them, so they would ripple as they waved them around. It looked really neat, so I got a picture of them. And then this woman was on the silks, and again, she was just very, very talented. And of course, the whole thing is set to David Bowie, so it was all very great music and kind of surreal, and it was wonderful. This was one of the final acts. They were blowing bubbles with their hands. Like they would dip their hands in the soap and then blow the bubbles out through their hands. It was amazing. It was just really neat. They looked really cool. They eventually pulled out the sticks to start making these really huge bubbles. But yeah, I just really enjoyed them. So again, wanted to make sure that I had a picture of that. And then the last part of the show was, this was when they did Space Oddity, and they had this woman on the silks. It was all done. She was all in white, and the silks were white, and it was all in black light. And the couple that had been blowing bubbles before were still doing so in the background. So you can see that this was an amazing photo. I never could have gotten one like this myself. So yeah, just amazing show. So that was my main thing to document that week. The rest of the week was pretty quiet. This is one of those Michael's die cuts. I bought this, I showed it in the video of the kit. It's a set of journaling cards and some picture frames and die cuts, and this is one of the ones from there. So yeah, let's move on. So I called this one Sunny Days because we had some fantastic weather this week despite it being February. It's kind of unusual. So I made this little flap. I just cut out actually, I think this might have already been cut. My sister had sent me a bunch of scraps, but used one of the little die cuts and stickers. This is a Graphics 45 Alpha, and just put it down with some washi tape, just to show some. I have to move here. Sorry, can't quite get in the frame, but sorry, it's got to be crooked. I can't really move it any other way. So we had these beautiful sunny days, and I was out that day. So this is the view of the Halifax Harbor for my apartment building. So I just took some pictures, looking left down the harbor and right down the harbor, just because it was so gorgeous that day. And I just live in a pretty place, so I wanted to get some pictures of that. And then the other big thing was on the weekend, we went, me, my mother, and Steve went up to Moncton to visit my grandparents, my aunt, and Steve's parents. Nobody would let me get a picture of them. Everyone got really freaked out when I pulled out the camera, so I just printed out some journaling about the weekend that we had. Just a really good time. And then the last page I have done is for last week. Yes, it's Deadpool and kittens. I love this contrast, but that was the week I had. So earlier in the week, we had gone to see Deadpool. We'd gone out for dinner. This is Steve, and this is his friend Christoph, who he actually works with, but is also a waiter part-time at the restaurant we went to, so I got a picture of them together. And I cut this out of the magazine that they give you in the movie theater. And this is a little Mambi clear sticker. These cat stickers are from a collection I bought a while ago, and I actually use them in my actual Smashbook. But actually, now that I think about it, I haven't done a video of my Smashbook. I'll have to get on that. But yeah, so the other thing is we tried the experiment of getting a cat again, that third cat, since Stella hadn't worked out. So this time we actually got a little tiny kitten. This is me sitting in the car. Steve was in the grocery store getting some cat litter and stuff. And so I was just sitting there cuddling him in the car, and every person that would walk by my car was like, oh my goodness, kitten. So we were just having a good time sitting in the car, and that's Steve with him. We named him Tobias Bandersnatch Duncan. My friend Ian we'd been calling him TBD for to be determined, and my friend Ian kept making up these names, and then he made up this Tobias Bandersnatch Duncan, and I actually really like that, and we decided he did look like a Toby, so he's Toby now. And then my mother also adopted this darling. Her name is Callista, or Callie. She had wanted an adult cat, and we found Callie, who was 2 years old and in need of a loving home. So me and my mother both got cats that day. So yeah, Deadpool and kittens. That's my life right there. So that's where I've gotten to so far in the Smashbook. I'm really enjoying keeping the weekly journal. This is the longest I've ever kept any kind of diary or journal, so I think that's a win. It's a lot easier when you're just putting fun stickers and pictures in there. And I'll show you some more when I've got a decent number of pages to go. Thank you so much for watching.